Dim the lights, grab your blanket, and whatever you do, don't watch this alone. Tonight, we're diving into 9 truly chilling ghost moments caught on camera that have left viewers questioning reality. Shadowy figures that shouldn't exist, unexplained whispers in empty rooms, and apparitions that stare right through the lens. These real paranormal encounters are so unsettling, people swear they regret hitting play by themselves. Heart-pounding proof the supernatural might be closer than you think. Are you brave enough? Let's begin, if you dare. While filming a peaceful Scottish river for otters in broad daylight, the photographer captures something far stranger upon review. Subtle, ethereal figures in the trees. No dramatic reveal, just gentle movement near a fallen log and branches. Viewers zoom in to see faint silhouettes. A woman-like form, brightening and shifting slowly left. Another entity fading into the right, perhaps a child or multiple spirits. Some describe elf-like or fairy auras, one posed like holding a bow, others sitting peacefully. The scene stays serene, flowing water, soft sounds, no jump scares, just dreamlike anomalies that blend with mist and light reflections. This iconic clip, titled Most Haunted, Chilling Moment Ghost Appears in Eerie Corridor, is a standout moment from the legendary British paranormal series Most Haunted. Filmed during an investigation at the sprawling, historic Wentworth Woodhouse in South Yorkshire, a grand, stately home with a dark history, the team ventures into a long, dimly lit corridor at night. The atmosphere is thick with tension.
How are you feeling?
I'm actually sweating and out of breath. My heart's jumping out my chest now.
What's that? In the corridor. Hang on, Stu. Hang on.
As investigators, including medium Stuart Torreville, report immediate unease, heavy breathing, racing hearts, and the distinct sound of footsteps echoing in the space.
I heard footsteps, I'm sure I did.
Come on, if you're here, walk up this corridor. Not the infrared there, but
right.
A noise is kind of, I don't know, it's like in the centre here.
As the group pauses, Stuart calls out provocations. Suddenly, the camera captures it. A shadowy humanoid figure materializes at the far end, near the bottom of a staircase. It appears as a tall, indistinct male silhouette, walking deliberately down the stairs before vanishing into the darkness. The figure doesn't rush or fade dramatically. It simply exists in the frame for a few heart-stopping seconds, moving with purpose as if responding to the challenge.
Come on, if you hit. If you hit, what's that?
What's that?
There.
Carl, I can see it now.
Go for it.
Hello?
I'm not behind you.
Look, get your torch. Hello?
One investigator locks eyes with it. They describe the apparition staring downward, possibly at something thrown or lurking at the base of the stairs, tying into reports of objects being hurled in that area during prior vigils. The reactions are raw and unscripted, gasps, frozen stillness, and frantic pointing as the team processes what they've just witnessed. Stuart notes the figure's outline is barely visible from their position, emphasizing how subtle yet undeniable the sighting is. No dramatic special effects, just grainy night vision footage that feels authentically captured in real time. The clip's power lies in its context. A live investigation with multiple witnesses reacting simultaneously, with no post-production tricks apparent. Skeptics debate camera artifacts, reflections, or crew members off-screen, but believers hail it as one of Most Haunted's most convincing pieces of evidence, a direct response from the other side in one of England's most haunted locations. Watching alone in the dark, the slow build-up and sudden appearance make your pulse race. Imagine calling out to the unknown in an abandoned mansion, and it answers by stepping into view. In a remote stretch near Ranipul in Gangtok, a 2018 video captured what many claim is a ghostly woman in a pink dress, walking along a dark road at night. Uploaded by John Wick, the clip shows a figure in traditional attire moving unnaturally, some say gliding, before vanishing or reacting to the camera. And it happens more than once, as the figure appears again later in the travel. The uploader presents it as a terrifying encounter, but comments lean heavily skeptical or comedic. A few insist it looks real, with one viewer claiming a similar sighting days earlier. The lack of description leaves it open to interpretation, perhaps a prank, a lost person, or something supernatural drawn to lonely roads. Gangtok's misty Himalayan foothills have long whispered of spirits, especially women in white or pink, tied to tragic folklore. Roads like this are notorious for lady in red/white apparitions worldwide. If this is genuine, it shows how ghosts might appear in everyday isolated spots, staring back at drivers who dare take shortcuts after dark. The debate rages, hoax or haunting. Either way, it leaves you glancing in your rearview mirror on empty nights. Imagine hearing your door swaying back and forth on its own, then bravely approaching to capture it up close, only for it to react like it's alive. In this chilling clip from Harry McClary, he notices unexplained movement in his home. He grabs his camera and heads upstairs to investigate. The footage shows a door gently swaying without any breeze or touch. Almost playfully, as he gets closer, his dog runs towards the door as he tries to stop it. Viewers debate. Some laugh at the playful ghost demanding rent.
Stay away.
Others urge him to get out. Skeptics claim string tricks or drafts, but the personal, raw reaction feels too genuine. Gettysburg, site of the bloodiest Civil War battle, remains one of America's most haunted places. In a 2013 video from Reflections of America, investigators film in a rumored high-activity area near the cemetery and troop traces. A ranger had warned of unexplained sightings. As they quietly record, excitement erupts.
They said there's activity here before, but all right, so we're gonna sit here for a while and just kind of film the camera.
A lot of troops left from here.
See what happens.
They capture an unexplained shadowy form, or mist, moving near the cannons, fleeting but clear enough to stun the crew. They insist they wouldn't believe it without the footage.
Holy crap! Down by the canyon, you see that?
Oh, what is that?
Wait, shh. Oh my God.
Gettysburg's hauntings are legendary. Phantom soldiers marching, cries echoing, apparitions in period uniforms. Thousands of dead left residual energy, with EVPs, orbs, and full-body sightings reported yearly.
Is it?
No way. What is that?
I have no friggin' idea.
Did you get that on the camera?
It's recording.
This clip adds to the evidence. Raw, unedited panic from witnesses who saw something impossible. Skeptics might say shadows or fog, but the real-time reaction feels authentic. If battlefields trap spirits in eternal replay, Gettysburg proves the dead can still walk among the living. Visitors often leave changed, some swearing they felt watched. Dare you stand where thousands fell and listen for echoes? Back in 2011, an obscure upload simply titled Kuyang Dayak surfaced online, showing a grotesque, low-res image that still disturbs viewers today. The clip focuses on what appears to be a floating severed head resting on a mattress, its internal organs exposed and dangling like something ripped from folklore. A thick mane of hair obscures where the neck should connect, giving the illusion of detachment, while a small animal body, possibly a dog or ferret, sits attached near the neck.
Mulai kan sudah mulai ditangkap sudah. Menaik ke lap nih kok. Kemudian pas oleh sampai mulai ada kap boleh. Gumingau dulu pas oleh
Adding to the surreal horror, this isn't random gore. It's rooted in Indonesian and Dayak mythology. The kuyang is a vampiric spirit, a floating head that detaches at night to hunt, sucking blood from the vulnerable, especially newborns, to sustain dark magic. Viewers who stumbled on it as kids recall sleepless nights, the image burning into their minds. It's quiet, static terror, an entity that doesn't need to move to remind you evil can hover just out of sight, waiting in the dark. In this raw, low-view clip from the channel, the hit's different. We see unedited footage from a reportedly haunted spot, possibly an abandoned asylum or derelict family home. What appears to be a CCTV camera is exploring dimly lit corridors when something impossible happens. A distinct shadowy figure, appearing to be that of a female, apparates in the corner and glides past a doorway in the background. It's not a trick of light or a person. The silhouette is humanoid, semi-transparent, and moves with unnatural fluidity before vanishing into thin air. No footsteps, no explanation. The viewer doesn't even notice it live. It's only spotted in playback, sending chills through anyone who rewatches. Uploaded recently, this feels like fresh, unpolished evidence that ghosts don't announce themselves. They just appear. Viewers debate if it's a residual haunting or an intelligent spirit watching back. The eerie silence amplifies the dread. In empty rooms where no one should be, something is. If you're home alone right now, this one hits different. Because what if it's already watching you through your own camera? Heart-stopping proof. Some videos leave so little trace that the mystery only deepens. This clip has circulated for years as one of those raw, unexplained captures that viewers swear changed how they view empty rooms forever. The footage reportedly shows a subtle yet unmistakable anomaly. A woman walking down a hallway when a nearby pot falls on its own. No nearby window to justify the fall. And when she looks back, the breeze in her hair freaks her out, and she makes a run for it. No dramatic music, no narration, just a silent, grainy reality that makes your skin crawl. Witnesses claim they replayed it dozens of times, zooming in on corners, convinced something intelligent was watching back. What haunts people most isn't a big jump scare. It's the quiet certainty that they weren't alone. Even skeptics admit the movement defies easy explanation. No wind, no reflection, no visible trick. In a dimly lit church, a woman suddenly convulses as if seized by an invisible force. She rises unnaturally, climbing toward the large cross on the wall, in a scene straight out of demonic possession lore. The short clip builds dread with eerie sound design, capturing every twitch and desperate grasp. Many viewers insist the realism is too perfect. Her body language, the unnatural angle of ascent, and the way she interacts with the sacred symbol. People report pausing and re-watching, heart pounding, questioning if something real slipped into the fiction. The haunting power lies in that blur between staged terror and genuine, otherworldly intrusion. Commenters share how it invades their dreams, making them avoid churches or crosses at night. This upload claims real ghost footage with intense paranormal activity. In what appears to be a stairway at the back of a house, shadows emerge, going upstairs at one point, or just going crazy in a corner of the screen. These faint apparitions linger just out of focus. The chilling factor comes from the subtlety. No jump scares, just an overwhelming sense that something intelligent is present and aware of the camera. Witnesses in similar videos report sudden cold spots, whispers, or the feeling of being watched before playback reveals the anomaly. It's the kind of evidence skeptics dismiss as dust, yet believers see undeniable interaction. In low light conditions, these moments build dread slowly, perfect for late-night viewing. That leaves you questioning every shadow in your own room. If this one's as advertised, it's another reminder. Ghosts don't always slam doors. Sometimes they just exist beside you. Proceed with caution. This subtlety makes it linger long after the video ends. Green Ridge Cemetery gained unexpected fame during a routine morning news live shot in October 2021. Reporter Sam Hesler from WNYT News Channel 13 was broadcasting from the historic grounds, promoting spooky twilight tours in the dim pre-dawn light. Gravestones loomed behind her as she spoke. A sharp-eyed viewer contacted the station afterward, urging them to check the left side of the screen. Upon review, something eerie appears. A shadowy humanoid figure seems to dart or run across the frame in the background. Too fast and fluid for a living person, especially in the empty cemetery at that hour. No one else was reported on site, and the movement doesn't match any known wildlife or staff.
As you can see behind me here, we have a few gravestones, but what you can't see because it's dark out, and as you can see behind me here, we
The clip went viral, with viewers debating if it was a genuine apparition or a mist/reflection. Comments flooded in with humor and chills. One joked the ghost was running to tell his mates about the news crew sighting, while others shared personal ghost stories from cemeteries. Skeptics called it lens flare or a statue, but the timing during a haunted tour promo adds intrigue. Green Ridge's reputation for unrest stems from its age and Civil War-era burials. If a ghost can photobomb a live TV segment unnoticed, it suggests spirits linger in quiet places, watching the living intrude on their eternal rest. Would you visit at twilight? Uploaded by Cypher Creep. Night camera captures deer, frozen as ghostly girl appears behind, is pure nightmare fuel from a forest trail cam. In grainy night vision, two deer stand motionless, staring straight into the lens like they've been hypnotized by terror. Then, emerging from the pitch-black woods behind them, a pale young girl in a flowing white dress. She stands eerily still, face blank and emotionless, with no footprints in the dirt. No rustle of leaves, nothing to explain her arrival. And then, she tilts her head, and her eyes appear pitch black. The deer don't flee. They're paralyzed. The girl doesn't move toward the camera or vanish dramatically. She simply exists in the frame, an intruder in nature's quiet. This static, silent capture from a remote wooded area screams classic apparition, a spirit tied to the land. Perhaps a lost child from long ago. No audio, no context beyond the wildlife setup, but the frozen terror in the animals sells it. Imagine checking your own outdoor cam and seeing this. It's the kind of evidence that makes forests feel haunted forever. Watch alone, and you'll never look at dark trees the same way. Picture coming downstairs in your own home and finding things inexplicably moved, then spotting something far worse on camera. In this short from Lainey and Ben, the investigator returns to the living room and immediately notices a photo frame that was on the shelf before, now lying flat where it shouldn't be. He mutters in confusion, "Pretty sure that wasn't lying down when I came down. That should be up there, man." Then he rewinds the footage. The frame suddenly falls on its own. No wind, no bump. But the real chills come next. He swears he just saw a person sitting on the sofa right beside where the frame fell. The clip shows a brief humanoid figure appearing seated there, then vanishing. Using what looks like an SLS camera, stick figure detector tech, the anomaly registers as a clear outline.
Pretty sure that photo frame wasn't sat there either. That should be up there, man. What was that? I swear I just saw a person sat on that sofa right next to that frame that fell.
He sounds genuinely rattled. Viewers debate hard. Some call it convincing poltergeist evidence with an apparition manifesting, while others joke it's a prank, shadow play, or the camera glitching. But the combo of the falling object and fleeting seated figure feels too coordinated to ignore. If something can knock over frames while you're away and sit casually on your sofa, visible only on special tech, how do you know you're ever truly alone in your living room? Or is it already making itself at home, right beside you?
Well, this is the time of year everyone loves a good ghost story, and we have one for you.
Watch as Mike Shue asks you to make up your own mind. Is what you are about to see a ghost?
During a haunted tour of Baltimore's Fells Point, a couple snapped a photo of Bertha's Mussel's third floor and captured what looks like a little girl's ghost in the window, hands outstretched. The 2019 WJZ News report details the sealed-off upper area. No one present, yet the figure appears. The staff reports remain consistent of a presence, alongside feelings of being watched, and friend Bob seeing ghosts upstairs alone.
My friend Bob saw ghosts constantly when he worked by himself upstairs.
Legends tell of a girl skipping in rooms, aligning perfectly with the image. Owners embrace the hauntings. The photo went viral as proof. Skeptics call it smoke/light tricks, but the coincidence with stories is uncanny. Fells Point's maritime history breeds ghosts, sailors, and tragedies. Bertha adds a tragic child spirit. If a casual tour photo catches the daring out, it can only mean one thing. These places hold on to pain. However, tourists still visit. Would you want to visit? And there you have it. Bone-chilling ghost moments that prove the unseen world might be closer than we think. Shadows that move on their own, voices from empty rooms, hands that grab in the dark. If you're still watching alone, you're braver than most. Sweet dreams, or whatever's left of them. Hit that like button if your heart's still racing. Subscribe for more nightmares, and I'll see you in the next one if you dare to watch more of what we have coming your way. Stay spooky and lock your doors tonight. Good night.